By the end of this video, you will have a working AI automation, not a concept, not a plan, something that actually works, an AI agent that does work for you in real time. And here is a good thing, you don't need to write a single line of code. I'll walk you through a step-by-step guide, share my screen, and let you know why I made every single decision. If you are someone that has never touched an automation tool before, this is the real place to start. Hey, I'm Mary Frank. Today's video is a full walkthrough. We are building a real workflow from scratch. So the automation we're going to be building today is going to be reading through your emails and drafting replies that sound exactly like you. We are not going to be using any of the automation tools you know. We are going to be using Claude for this. Before we continue, I think it's best we know what workflow is. A workflow is a sequence of steps that happen automatically when something is triggered. For example, when users try to send a message from your business website, the workflow checks your email every morning, reads and understands the content of the email, drafts a reply that sounds like you, and you just come back in the morning to click on the send button. So let's get right into it. I will share my screen for this one. So I'm going to be dropping this link in the description. You can open and follow the steps from here. So first of all, you download Claude. So we want to use Claude Cowork, and Claude Cowork is in the desktop version and not the web version. So you have to download Claude. For Windows, you see a Windows download button here, and for Mac, you see a Mac download button. You download it. I already have Claude installed on my computer, right? Yeah. So now you head over to Claude. Then you go to customize, because we want to connect our Gmail, and then we connect Gmail to it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the email I want to connect to it. As you can see, the Gmail is connected, right? So from here, you can choose what you want to allow and what you don't want to allow. Read only, yeah, right. So we want it to write, but we don't want it to send. So add sensitive, obvious, nope. So create a new draft email. Yeah, we can allow this because we want it to be able to write emails for us. And that's about that. We go back, we close this. So now the next step, go back to the blog post I talked about. After connecting your Gmail, the next step is to teach Claude how you write. So you take these prompts, go through my sent folders for the last few months, study how I write emails, my tone, greetings, and sign-offs, how formal and casual I am, how long my replies tend to be, and any phrase I use a lot. Summarize the voice you've learned, right? So I'm copying this. I'm going back to Claude. And while you're creating a new chat, don't make sure you don't choose chats, choose co-work, right? Select co-work, and then, yeah, you give it some time to load, right? So you are aware, this email I logged into is an email of one of our blogs where advertisers send us emails for partnership. So what it's going to be doing now is know how we reply to advertisers and also reply them while we just click on the send button. So you have to give it some time. So Claude AI now knows how we sound, right? So we're going to the next step, which is turning it into a skill. Now we are going to ask Claude to package everything it knows about how we send an email and turn it into a skill. So turn what you just learned about my writing style into a skill called email replies that you can use anytime you're drafting a reply for my email. It should describe my tone, structure, greetings, sign-offs, and any rules for how I want replies handled. For example, always summarize what the thread was about before processing response. So I copy this and I give to Claude, right? So I wanted to create a skill. A skill is a rule you create and write and tell an agent or an AI to look at this rule before you perform any task. So it makes reference to it before making any decision. It's creating a skill for us. So this is a skill. So this is like a set of instructions that it looks at before it writes or drafts any email for me. Now, we're heading back to scheduling, right, to create a trigger that makes sure it checks every morning by a particular time. So back to the blog post, you can see what I do every weekday morning at. So from that same chart, the task area, I can still ask it to create me a schedule. So schedules are triggers that perform at a particular time. So you can schedule something to happen at a particular time and it runs. Once it's that time any day, it runs again. So let's do this. Every weekday morning at 6 a.m., check my Gmail for new messages since yesterday. For each thread and news reply, read the full thread for context, then draft a reply using my email reply skill, which was the last skill we created. save the draft directly in Gmail so I can review and send myself. So we copy this and so yeah, complete. And this is the details and information of the skills, right? Now we just click on schedule. So whenever we go to our schedule here, we should see it. Email reply weekdays at 6 a.m. in the morning. So we can open it. We can modify the instructions in the schedule. We can do whatever. We can still test it and run now. So here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to test this out to see if it works. I'm going to a different email and I'm going to send a message to official. Then I can say guest post. So I drafted this and then I'm going to send. After I send that, I'm supposed to receive it on here. Okay, I just received the email request for collaboration and guest post, right? So I can run this. So you have to just test it, see if it works. And we run and see. Schedule run. So what we want to confirm is that our agent actually drafts a reply, right? We want to be sure that it drafts a reply. Of course, you have to give it some time to run. So from here, we've come back and we've seen draft has been created. So we open it, right? Hello, Frank. Thank you for reaching out. Could you share the post topic and page or content you'd like to do a follow placed in? Once I have that, I can quote a rate, right? So you can see it already drafted a response to this email and I just have to click on send. So every morning by 6 o'clock, I just come, check my emails, check the drafts and send to everybody. That's what AIs can do right now. And that's how you can automate your email using AI, right? So before I end this video, I'd like to let you know that once your computer is closed, the trigger doesn't happen. So you can go to your schedule and you see here, it's called keep awake and you click on keep awake. Even if you close your computer, it still runs the trigger. So for someone like me that my laptop is almost always on, I don't necessarily need to do this. I turn it off all the time. And secondly, this video is for people that actually want to learn how to automate easily, quickly, right? You just built your first AI flow. Now try customizing it and drop a comment letting me know what variant you built. I really want to see what you built with this video. So like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video I'm going to drop on this channel. See you in the next one, guys. Peace.